So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about L-shaped roofs. And what I mean by that is that you can see here, you have the main rectangle shape of this home here, and it kind of comes down here to form an L. The way you can tell is that the hipped section of this roof, this triangle, is a shared roof face and is one continuous roof face all the way down to what looks like a dormer here. So instead of building a separate dormer, you will draw that whole L shape as one piece. This step-down dormer here is something you would draw separately, and we'll probably just do that really quickly at the end of the video just so you can see it. So you're just going to start out as you normally would, like we always do, hit your R key to start drawing, and just start up in the corner. Follow that edge and make sure to not include the gutter, and then you're going to have to try and estimate where the corner is underneath that tree there, and then you're going to take this line and you're going to bring it all the way down to here. Then come over to this corner. And then when you get to here, you can see that this gutter is kind of higher up on the roof L shape there. It looks like it will be more difficult than it will end up being. We actually don't really need to worry too much about it right now. Just trace this area out how you normally would if that wasn't there. So you'll see here, if we just try and follow this orange dot all the way to the end, we're going to run into a problem that we've seen in an earlier video, that some of the home is actually cut off. It actually gets a little bit wider inside of that dormer. So go ahead and click right in the ridge, bring this down till we're about, well, we're shooting for this gutter here. So try and match it up to that. Come to that corner, then close the loop. Now, as usual, take it piece by piece with what you know. We can see a ridge cutting through that triangle, delete that one. Now over here, we know that this whole side is going to be one roof face. It's going to be facing south. And on our roof model, we have 3 roof faces here, and only this one and this one are actually facing south. So let's delete that diagonal one, and then let's delete this one. Now you can see that once we deleted that, this area kind of took care of itself. This roof face section here sits up higher on this roof face, and the gutter's kind of cutting halfway into that L-shaped piece. All right, let's take a look at this. Everything's matching up pretty good. This looks like it's a little bit off. I'm gonna see if I can bring that top edge closer to that gutter to match up better. I'm actually probably going to have to rotate this house a bit. I didn't quite get it exactly on my first try. It's just slightly crooked, so I'm just going to adjust it. Something like that looks pretty good. Down here, you can see I didn't quite drag this edge out far enough, so I'm going to adjust it now by pulling this edge down. Now, all the edges and folds look a lot nicer and they match up a bit better. Now, all the edges and folds match up a little bit better, they look nicer. So let's match it up to LiDAR now. I'm just going to double click the roof, check apply to all roof faces, use the scroll wheel to increase that pitch till everything matches up nicely with the LiDAR. Okay, so that's how you handle it when the hipped triangle area is extended down into that L shape there and they share that same roof face. Now just so I can show you how you would finish this house essentially and do this dormer, let's just grab our regular gable dormer tool. Remember, we just match up the peak, match up this corner. In this case, this side of this roof is longer than this side, so it's not going to match up perfectly. Then take the diagonal handles and match them to the diagonal folds. Hit convert to roof. You can see that it matches up to LiDAR pretty decently. The only problem is that we have a step down here, as well as this side is longer. So we're going to go ahead and delete this corner, double click this corner, and trace this out. This upper dot's eventually going to be over here in a straight line, so I'm just going to connect it and close the loop there, and then I'll move that corner over to make sure that it's 90 degrees. There's a ridge cutting through this one, we'll delete that. There's a ridge cutting through this one, we'll delete that. That's how we make our step down. We can see that this roof is too tall, so let's bring it down until about there. There we go. We're done with this house.